my sewing friends. My name's Diana, and I am the Wandering Sewist. And this is Friday Sews. Welcome to Friday Sews for the week of the 1st of November, 2023. Thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for starting the hashtag Friday Sews, where we talk a little bit about sewing and a little bit about life. So in sewing this week, my friend Madeline Claire from Instagram, Made by Madeline Claire, and I have finished our collaboration on our birdie button-up blouses. So I released a video earlier this week with the full review of the Pattern Scout pattern, the birdie button-up, with Madeline Claire. So you can check the cards, or I'll put a link in the description box down below to the video. So we discuss our thoughts in great detail. Well, not too great detail, but we discuss our thoughts on the birdie button-up pattern. But I have to say, for my very first top, I really like it. So I'm going to insert some video of a view from a little further away for you to see. So this is my birdie button-up finished product with the buttons added. I'll move closer in a minute so you can see. I styled it with some ready-to-wear gray trousers that have more of a close fit, because I like to wear the top loose and have some shape somewhere, because I still have a bit of a mom tum that I'm working on getting rid of. But I'm not there yet. But this is a finished product. You can see that I've used the vintage buttons that belong to my mom. My friend Madeline said they look like butterscotch candies. And I styled it with some gold jewelry with some silver that ties into my gray pants. I'm not a necklace wearer, and I think that I don't need one with this, the pretty button and the pattern in the shirt. So here is my finished birdie button-up. I love it. There are some problems with it. I have to be honest, it's not perfect. But it was my very first try at making a shirt with a collar stand, cuff. There are some places where I've made mistakes, and I'll know better for the next one. So I really, really like it, and I'm happy with my make, and I'm going to wear it a lot. I'm going to search through some of these woven fabrics I have right back there and make another one. I do have that blue linen. It's chambray or light denim looking blue linen that I think I might use, but I haven't decided for sure yet, because I sort of had my heart set on a shacket. So I want to make sure that whatever I make from my patterns is something that I really, really want and need. So I'm not going to make a decision just yet until I know for sure. So what else have I been working on this week? This week I have been working on the opium coat, swing coat from Deer and Doe. I will insert here so you can see what it looks like. So I am making, I started out with version A with just no belt and no belt loops. But as I thought about my lifestyle and things, I thought, I would like to have the option of wearing it with a belt or without a belt. So I'm going to go ahead and make the belt and the belt loops and try it both ways and see how I like it. So yeah, I'm making version B. So the pockets are really interesting. They're called origami pockets, and they wind up looking like a bow, which I'm excited about. So I have finished cutting out all of the fabric and ironing on the inner facing. Now, to be honest, it's taken me 3 days just to do that. Because partly because I'm nervous about cutting into the fabric, and partly because there was a lot. So I'm going to show you the fabrics I'm using. So for the outer coat, I'm using this wool blend coating material that is not terribly thick, because I was afraid of using a terribly thick material for my very first coat. It's only 20% wool and the rest is probably polyester. So it's going to be warm. And I do have a wool allergy, but I think that I haven't had any problems touching it so far. I haven't noticed any of the red bumps come up on my skin yet. We'll have to wait and see with the finished product when I have the collar, when it rubs my neck, if it causes the red bumps. I hope not. If so, then I'll just put a scarf there as a buffer between me and it's not enough for me to get rid of it. I really like this. This is a good color for me because of my particular coloring. I don't look that great in black, although I really love the look of a classic black coat. I do have one already, so I thought I would go for something more in my color palette. So this is the outer coat fabric. And then for the lining, I am using this rust colored satin, which I just love. I have a lot of it. I think I have 6 meters, so I still have enough left over to make a full dress. I think I still have probably 3 meters left. So now I did some research on using this sort of very slippery, slidey fabric. So one of the suggestions was to stabilize it with spray starch. So I took the pieces, not the pieces, I took a whole big swath of this fabric and I sprayed starched it and pressed it. And this is the remnant that is starched. Now you can see that it's way more structured than this. See this one? This one stands up more. It's changed the color a little bit, but that's going to wash out. This one is very, very slidey, and this one is not so much. It's more stable. Now of course the front side, the shiny side, is still going to be slippery, but I've noticed since I starched them, when I put the right sides together, it sticks more. It slides a little bit this way, but the other way, it doesn't really. So I'm hoping that will help. I have only one experience of sewing with satin, and I wound up giving up on that project before it was even done and throwing it into the trash bin because I didn't know that you needed a specific type of needle to work with it. And when it was in the very beginning of my garment sewing journey, and I was sewing, and every time the needle went down into the fabric, I would get a run across the fabric. Probably because the fabric was very cheap. I thought since I was just beginning and experimenting, I didn't want to spend too much money on fabric, so it was a cheap fabric. But I also was using the wrong needle. So I hope that using the right needle will make a big difference this time, using that Microtex correct needle size for this very slidey, beautiful rust colored satin. So I am very excited. I'm hoping that today I will have some time to start sewing together the pieces. I am going to, as I sew, follow along the sew along from Sew Live. On their website, she has I forget her name. I'm sorry. She has filmed every step in 4 pieces of making the opium coat. So I'm just going to follow along. I'm going to have the instructions and the video, and I'm going to take my time. I'm going to do some slow sewing because this is another one of those projects that scare me. Making a shirt with a collar was a project that scared me, and making a coat is another project that scares me. So I'm just going to take my time, and I'm not going to stress myself out. And I'm going to do all the basting that you need to do because I've learned my lesson about not basting. I'm going to do the basting, and I'm just going to be slow with it. So I may or may not have a finished coat next week to show you. I'll show you whatever I have made at that point. So that's my sewing for this week. Life has been, I've been going through some difficulties emotionally because if you know anything about my story, you know what I'm trying to deal with. I don't want to talk about it too much on this channel, but I have been struggling with life, and I haven't been accomplishing as much as I would hope to accomplish. So, I'm a little bit behind in some of my everyday things that I need to do. I'm behind in studying for Czech class. I'm behind in my French studies because I want to keep studying French, even though I'm not fluent yet. I've been studying it for years and years, but I want to keep the French going. My husband speaks French. All of his family is French. And I like to keep at least some French going in my mind so that whenever I try to talk to my sisters-in-law or my niece or nephew, I can understand something. But I haven't been keeping up on that either. Behind in my piano lessons. It's just been a tough week. So never mind. It's going to be okay. Eventually, I will figure it out. I'm working on it. I'm scheduling an appointment with a new doctor for next week, and I'm going to start the process of getting my medical my medical community set up to support me in that arena so that I don't feel like I'm floundering with all of that every day and wondering what I'm going to do. So I'm working on that. I have an appointment set on Monday. And other than that, I have been spending a lot of time reading books, fluff novels that don't teach me anything but are a great form of escape. I've been doing a lot of that instead of the things that I really should be doing. I don't think I'm the only one that does that. Do you do that? Do you find that when life gets to be too much and you just can't do any more, that you just do something escapism? Reading fluff sci-fi novels or fantasy novels is one of my forms of escape. And I'm okay with it. I'm not going to give it up. I love reading them. I have the Kindle Unlimited, so I can get an unlimited amount of novels on my Kindle app, and it's a lot of fun for me. So that's it for Friday Sews this week. It's going to be short and sweet. I hope you have a great weekend with lots of time to sew something beautiful. Bye.